Morning guys, hope you're doing well today. Thank you very much for tuning in, really appreciate it. Shout out to all the subscribers, gratitude to anyone new, welcome along, thank you. So this video is a little different, right? It's going to be about a few pointers on, some health and happiness guidance, right? Somebody actually asked me for this video in the comments, so I was grateful for that. Some gentleman from India, always blows my mind where I can just be out here talking to a phone and it can, the message can go anywhere really in the world. And there was somebody from Japan that messaged me the other day. It's kind of a beautiful thing. So a big part of this channel it's not just boxing, it's helping people get the best out of themselves while I try to get the best out of myself. And health and happiness is something that I didn't really need to make any notes for. I didn't really think about doing it because I was like, I could just speak freely from the heart about this and let you know what I do to try to make myself as happy and as healthy as possible. And I've talked about a lot of things previously to this, and feel free to add in the comments if there's stuff that you do, because I don't want to assume anything on anybody, and I'm just here to give a bit of advice that helps for me, and I know people have got their daily lives and they're busy with their work and stuff like that, and I don't want to assume that you don't have enough time. I know people are very busy doing this and that, so I just want to come across from a very humble point of view and just respond to the message of making the video, and because I'm very open to doing that for people that are watching. And also, like I said, tap into some things that really work. And one thing that really works for me is planning my day the day before. This is something fairly new, I want to say in the last few years, that I've been doing that has been massively helping. Just being organized is a big part of that as well. Writing down what I'm going to do the next day, the next morning. Obviously getting up early, it's not even 6:30 here. I'm already up. I would come here earlier if I could, but the night before I write down what I'm trying to do, prioritize my day, with, I'm trying to get better at lining what I need to do. Sometimes I have too much to do and it can get a bit cluttered, but it's all part of the process. But waking up, and actually, to be honest, before you even go to bed, I think about what my objective is in the morning, right? And in the morning, I do come down here and do this, but if I'm up a little bit earlier, I was up at 5 today, and the time passed really quickly, and then here I am. But usually I'll have a little stretch, I'll drink some water, you can drink some, get hydrated, maybe with some lemon juice, obviously, I don't eat breakfast straight away. I'll wait till a little bit later, but then obviously the type of food that I consume is all geared to be very, very, very healthy. I do have some imperfections with that. I'm not perfect, but for the most part, I do try to eat some good, balanced, good, clean food too, depending on where you get your food from. There's a lot of poison in some of these foods from the supermarkets and stuff like that. So I try to go for a local farmer's market. I understand that might not be easy for everybody, so this is why I'm saying, not everything is applicable. But I once I've had a nice stretch and I get on with my day, I'll come down here, shoot a video. I was trying to come down yesterday, but it was so rainy. It was literally like it wouldn't have been possible. It was raining so much. But the consistency that I get with these videos is a big part of getting things done in life. Being consistent is very important. That's down to self-discipline. That's a big part of this channel as well. And self-discipline comes from doing little things. It's all about stacking the little wins up, right? Little wins. There's not many different camera angles to get because I'm not really performing any boxing moves, so I'm just here, out here chatting. But stacking up the little wins, what do I mean by that? Well, kind of touched on it earlier. If you're waking up, you have a purpose. You have a nice glass of water, you have a stretch, you eat some food that is good for you rather than something that isn't. These might not sound like a lot of things, but this is how you can get momentum, for me anyway. Also, I'm going to get a little spiritual on you a little bit for those that might be not aware that I'm quite a spiritual guy, in the sense that I'm just very free-spirited and have a lot of peace and love in my heart, and I write a gratitude list, right, every day. Things I'm grateful for. I'm not going to tell you the list as a private, but you know, like this helps me be more grateful and just slow life down a little bit, and appreciate certain things that, you know, we might pass us by. And I always make sure to do that every day. 10 things that I'm grateful for. Maybe it's somebody in your life that, you know, a family member, or somebody that you might not have, you know, spoken to as much, and you think about, and maybe give them a call, stuff like that. You know, I'm getting a little a little soft now, but it's just when you get older, I don't know, you realize you got to stay in tune with the things that really matter. And maybe giving your mum and dad a call, or mum, I'll give my mum a call, just say hello. You know, that I know it'll mean a lot to them. But be grateful for stuff. Another thing that I do is I study the philosophy of stoic or stoicism, right? Very, very deep philosophical subject. And you know, they basically, the premise of that is to be in control of your emotions, right? Don't try to react to things that are out of your control, because it really is kind of pointless. You know, Marcus Aurelius was one of the most famous or biggest pushers of the Stoic philosophy. And now he's got a book. I haven't read that yet. It's certainly on my list. I'm a little busy for that at the moment, but I will get to it, because Stoicism has really helped improve my life, you know. It really has. I couldn't recommend it more. That's why a lot of the posts that I do, if you look at them, there are a lot of quotes from pages of Stoic, which is another tip I'll get onto in a minute about social media and what to follow and how to follow, and the positive mindset you can get from doom scrolling, or the opposite of doom scrolling, where you're reading all these positive you know, messages. That's what I do, and that is, you know, an amazing reinforcement of your mind, your mentality, your spirit, your well-being, your outlook on stuff. You know, really, like when you're reading all this, and like it does for me anyway. But if you think about sometimes the opposite, some of the stuff that's I don't, you know, go down the doom scroll really anymore, because my scroll is full of positive stuff, so it doesn't even get a chance to get in there. You know, it's either watching boxing tutorials on, you know, because I'm still trying to learn and get better and better and better and improve my daily skills every single day. I'll always watch boxing videos, but I do follow a lot of Stoic stuff. I follow a lot of positive mindset channels. I will leave a link on some of them. I don't know off the top of my head, but in the link below, I'll definitely leave a link for that, and you can follow those too. You know, because we'll get caught up in, you know, watching a bunch of nonsense on social media, and it just does nothing to you. The dopamine hit about watching this or that, or watching some rubbish about people fighting or whatever. I'm not talking about fight. I'm talking about street fights. You know, just the crazy stuff that they push in front of you that is just not healthy for you. You know, so I do that. Obviously, right now, every single day, I exercise every single day. Now, I understand people might not have the time. You know, at some point, you're going to have to try to make time over or prioritize certain things, right? That's another thing. Exercise, get in nature if you can, get in some sun. Obviously, that's out of your control, but, you know, I try to do those things, and if you get those, all three of them, I mean, you're in a good place, you know what I mean? You really are. Yeah, just try and wake up early. Try to have a list going. Try to be positive. Get your exercise going. Eat as well as you can. Get the food from the best source possible. And all this stuff is not easy. I know. Like I said, I don't get 100% every single day, but I try to strive for that. And you know, I've been very healthy and happy for many years now. And a big part of that is actually boxing as well, and learning this, and helping you get some kind of self-defense or some sort of confidence from learning how to punch. And that's a big part of this. You know, I'm certainly I specialize in teaching punching specifically. You know, I can guide a few beginners on how to box for sure, but actually teaching the science of punching, that's definitely what I'm better at. And hopefully that comes through the videos. But you know, I'm going to be doing a membership pretty soon. and where I can reach out to people and they can send me their footage. Shout out to the gentleman called Clarence who asked me to make a video on how to record yourself. I'm going to try to do that in the gym later. I'm in the gym later today. I've got a couple of private clients in the morning. I'll hit the gym and then I'll go to the school. I'm at schools 4 days a week teaching kids boxing, helping them, you know, talk to them about discipline. And, you know, it's not just boxing we talk about, at least not me. I try to tell them about how, you know, how this can be such a positive influence on their life, you know. So at the end of the day, it's all positive stuff that comes from teaching and, you know, trying to help people get the best out of themselves. I keep repeating myself, but that's what this channel's about. That's what my ethos is, and that's what why I found this video. I was delighted to read the comment about it, because I was like, you know what, that's quite easy, because it's something that's a part of the channel. So I hope it made sense. Just a short one today, and I'm going to get this edited and up, and I'm going to go to the gym later and have a lot more content from the gym for you guys, because you know, I had family in town last week, so I wasn't able to get as many videos up, but I want the consistency to be there every single day. So for now, that's it from me. I hope this helped, and you know, let me know if you have any questions, or let me know if you have any stuff that you can add. Maybe you can add some tips and advice about health and wealth, and not wealth, but wealth is in, like, you know, your heart and happiness and stuff like that. You know, bit of a different video, but this one's important to me, so I hope it resonated. Anyway, have a great day. As I said, stack those wins. It's early now. I'm gonna get back, I'm gonna edit this, put this out, probably go for a run, and then get my day going. And by that time, you've got the momentum, and you can get that consistency and feel good about the rest of your day, hopefully. Obviously, we can't control certain things, but control the emotion you have about things that you can't control, right? Stoicism, very, very, very powerful for the mind, you know. Don't react to things that are just out there for you to react to, you know. Control your emotions, get in control of it, and that will help you be more at peace. Anyway, peace, love, boxing on the edge. My name is Henry. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you really enjoyed it. More videos to come. Thank you.
Boxing.
On edge.